Hello everyone, Weather Jamaica here. Welcome to this updated video on the weather across Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. It is Wednesday evening, October 4, 2023. Now before we jump into it, please ensure that you guys like the video, share it, subscribe and tap notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I post a brand new video. Feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what the weather's been like in your area recently. Also feel free to ask any other related question that you might have about the future of the weather in your specific area. I respond to all comments and I really live for this stuff. Alright, so let us take a look at the US National Hurricane Center 7-day graphical tropical weather outlook. We can see that we don't have any areas of possible tropical cyclone development anywhere across the Atlantic. All we have is Philippe, which has now pushed off to the north. We remember yesterday at this time it was around to the northeast, slightly to the northeast of Puerto Rico. Now it's to the far north of Puerto Rico. And if we take a look at what the US National Hurricane Center is saying, they are saying that it has a maximum sustained wind of about 40 miles per hour and it is moving towards the north at about 12 miles per hour. And there's a chance that it could affect sections of eastern eastern Canada, as the storm, moves that direction into the weekend. Let us take a look at the surface map of the Atlantic for this evening. You can see here we have tropical storm Philippe right there to the north of Puerto Rico, a tropical wave to the east of the Caribbean, and another tropical wave right there to the southwest of the Cabo Verde Island. If we take a look at the visible satellite images before the sun went down, we can see the clouds associated with Philippe still bring lots of cloud cover, showers and thunderstorm activity to sections of the Leeward Islands, the US and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico especially. We can also see that cloud cover brought about by the tropical wave right there off to the east of the Windward Islands, and it has already started to bring some amount of isolated showers to sections of those islands as well. You can also see the other set of clouds associated with that tropical wave to the southwest of the Cabo Verde Island, and we can see that we have a lot of troughiness, lots of cloudy activity across the Greater Antilles, sections of the Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, Cuba, Hispaniola, Haiti, Dominican Republic and Jamaica have been getting in on some very decent afternoon thunderstorms recently. We'll be talking more about the weather across the Caribbean later on. Let's focus our attention on the prediction that was made in yesterday's video about the weather across Jamaica for today, Wednesday. It was stated that we would ever see some amount of rainfall across sections of some eastern, central and western parishes in Jamaica, and especially northern parishes in Jamaica, especially with that upper level wind shear coming in from the southwest. And we know the eastern parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Surrey. Central parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Middlesex. Western parishes, we're talking about those parishes in the county of Cornwall. And then with the emphasis on the north coast, we know we're talking about Hanover, St. James, Trelawney, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland. And what ended up happening? A post was made on our Twitter page. If you're not already following our Twitter page, ensure that you follow us. Now we actually make a lot of posts on these pages, Twitter, not only Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So whichever one you're on, ensure that you're following us at Weather Jamaica. So you can see where we actually posted the infrared satellite images today at 2:55 p.m. highlighting the clouds bringing some thunder showers to sections of eastern, central and western parishes in Jamaica. And we saw that we had a lot of lightning activity taking place. Some areas even had power cuts, some areas even without power at recording hour. Lots of thunderstorms took place across the island for today. Definitely some severe weather, especially across sections of Kingston and St. Andrews, sections of St. Catherine, as even in sections of Ocho Rios in St. Anne. Definitely gotten on that heavy thunderstorm activity as well. And we had some of our commenters on our Twitter page confirming the rainfall. Natasha stating, "Trust me, when I saw the 70% of rain today, I just closed back the machine and go lay down and say rain a go fall. The amount of lightning and thunder, I plug out everything in the house and cover the mirrors. No man, I'm afraid bad." Anika White stating, "Portland getting a lot of rain and some scary lightning and thunder." Soundchat Radio stating, "For all the people who said this account was untruthful, I hope we're not happy now, because staff says the lightning and thunder is serious in Kingston." Shanique stating, "Getting a lot in Ocho Rios." Abe stating, "A storm in 3 miles." Even on our Facebook page, we had commenters confirming the rainfall. Shawnee Reynolds stating it, yes, it's raining. Shade stating wonderful rain, love it. Even on our Instagram page we had the confirmation of the rainfall. Weed Baby 21 stating tomorrow is my birthday and I'm expecting this same kind of rain. I'm loving this. Taps and Roses stating I love the rain, just can't manage the lightning. Then we have Urano Jack stating rain in Ocho Rios. And we even had Fenty Berry stating glad I'm already home before the rain and traffic. Call Me Sean stating finally in Portmore. Marshmallow 433 stating rain finally, a fall in Ochi, lightning and thunder enough. Even Blessed is my mantra stating whole heap of water more than Hellshire. And Olua May stating Portmore finally in the mix today. So I just read a few of the comments to confirm the rainfall for today. If we take a look at the visible satellite images before the sun went down, we can see where we don't have the usual easterly kind of flow. The storm Philippe has been, preventing more of that easterly kind of wind flow across the Jamaica area, with all of the wind sucking into the system, bringing more of a southeasterly kind of flow across the eastern Caribbean. And then in return we had a lack of wind, or the lack of easterly winds that we usually get across the Jamaica area. And with that lack of wind, we had more of a buildup of cloud showers and thunderstorms across areas that don't normally receive it. Even sections of Portmore, definitely sections of St. Thomas got in on some amount of rainfall for today. And if we take a look at the infrared satellite images right now, we can see where all of that thunderstorm, deep convective activity, lightning and thunder has now dissipated. Alright, let's just take a look at the temperatures right now. We can say we have 26 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, 27 degrees Celsius in Kingston. And by around 1 a.m. tonight, we can see the temperatures dipping to around 25 degrees Celsius in both Montego Bay and Kingston. Taking a look at the temperatures for tomorrow, we can see that 18Z on Thursday by both the Euro and the GFS has Jamaica embedded in some amount of slight orange colors that represent maybe some 2 degrees Celsius above normal temperatures. 18Z is about 1 p.m. on Thursday. So we're definitely in for some more above normal temperatures. We're in the month of September, or not September, we're in the month of October, sorry. We usually receive up to 89 degrees Fahrenheit for our average monthly temperature across Jamaica. And we know when we take a look at the thermometer, that's about the equivalent of 31 degrees Celsius. So if we should be receiving up to 2 degrees Celsius above normal temperatures for Thursday, it should be anywhere from 32 to 33 degrees Celsius at most. Taking a look at the dry air map, we're grateful that majority of the Caribbean basin, including Jamaica, is receiving a lot of moist air. All of the dry air, as represented by the yellows, oranges, reds, and whites within those reds, are elsewhere, like sections of the Gulf of Mexico, sections of the east coast of the United States, and sections of the main development region. Taking a look at the Saharan dust forecast, we can see that 2 p.m. on Thursday has the Saharan dust some slight brown shades across sections of the eastern Caribbean islands and the Leeward and Windward Islands, as well as portion of the main development region. But we do see that darker shade of brown that represent the robust plume of dust is right there across sections of Africa as well as the eastern Atlantic. Taking a look at the wave forecast for tomorrow, both the Euro and the GFS still has all of that light blue color that represent anywhere from 0 to 0.5 of a meter wave height. And that's due to the fact that the winds are not going to be that strong at all. Look at the Euro. The Euro has more of these light winds, averaging maybe up to 5 knots, coming in more from the south or the south-southwest. And on the GFS, it's practically non-existent at the same time on the south coast. More of a southeasterly kind of flow on the southerly or southeastern side of the island, as well as the north coast. Either way, we know what usually happens during the afternoon. We have all of that air piling up across especially inland areas of some central and western parishes and the eastern parishes, considering the flow of winds. More than likely, definitely some northern parishes will be getting in on that, especially considering that the upper level winds are still coming in from the southwest. So any cumulus clouds that develop into cumulonimbus clouds, they're definitely going to be blown off towards the northeast, bringing more in the way of overcast sky showers and thunderstorm sections of some northern parishes in Jamaica. Something similar to what happened today when we saw all of those high cold cloud tops being blown off or streaked out towards the north. So definitely more rainfall in store for sections of eastern, central, and western Jamaica, with more of the bias across northern parishes in Jamaica. So let's just take a look at what the rainfall forecast is showing by both the Euro and the GFS models. Both of these maps are showing 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is actually 2 p.m. Jamaica time, and we do see the blues on both maps that show rainfall stretching anywhere from eastern, central, and to western parishes. And we see that on both the Euro and the GFS models, and considering that the upper level wind shear is going to be coming in from the southwest, definitely northern parishes are going to be getting the brunt of that afternoon thunderstorm. And if we take a look at the accumulated precipitation forecast by both the Euro and the GFS models, keep in mind that both of these maps are showing all the rainfall that's expected from now up until 10 p.m. on Thursday. And we do see where we have some red colors, almost an inch of rainfall is being shown for the totals by the Euro model, up to 0.77 of an inch of rainfall, especially across northern Jamaica, maybe sections of St. Anne, Trelawney, right there. The GFS showing a bit more, up to 1.08 inches of rainfall, especially across sections of central Jamaica. Either way, both of these maps are showing definitely where we have some amount of rainfall in store for sections of the island for tomorrow. So ensure that if you're going out, you take your rain gear with you, umbrella, raincoat, water boot, whatever the case may be. We're in the peak of our rainy season. We're in the month of October. We usually receive the most rainfall during this month, so we'll take all the rainfall that we can get to put a dent in the hydrological drought that we're currently experiencing. Alright, so that's it for the forecast across Jamaica. Let's focus our attention on the rest of the Caribbean. So we can see that yes, we have that tropical wave coming into sections of the Windward Islands. Definitely going to be getting in on some amount of thunderstorm activity tonight into tomorrow across sections of the Windward Islands. Some rainfall took place across sections of French Guiana, Suriname, and Guyana today. Venezuela as usual, Colombia, Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, and sections of Guatemala. Taking a look at the wider view of Doppler radar images of the northeastern Caribbean, we can see where we indeed have that scattered activity across sections of St. Kitts, St. Martin still going on, but we do see that concentrated blob of thunderstorms still affecting portions of southeastern and eastern Puerto Rico, not to mention sections of the British Virgin Islands and the US Virgin Islands, all courtesy of the outer bands brought about by Tropical Storm Philippe. Taking a look at the Barbados radar, we can see where majority of the rainfall associated with Philippe has moved out, and now we're starting to get that tropical waves rainfall coming in from the east to southeast, so definitely some rainfall is going to be in store for sections of Barbados later on tonight. We can see where sections of St. Vincent and the Grenadines got in on some amount of rainfall earlier today. Taking a look at the wider view of Doppler radar images, we can see that rainfall that we saw in the satellite images across sections of northern Venezuela, some isolated spotty showers across sections of the Yucatan Peninsula, Honduras, sections of Belize, even sections of Guatemala, just like what we saw, even sections of Cuba getting in on some of that afternoon rainfall. Taking a look at the temperatures for tomorrow, these maps from the Euro and the GFS are showing 1 p.m. on Thursday, and we do see the yellows, the oranges that represent above normal temperatures, all the way from the eastern to the western Caribbean. Taking a look at the Saharan dust forecast for 2 p.m. on Thursday, we have that slight brown that represents some amount of slight hazy weather across the eastern Caribbean expected for tomorrow. But we're indeed grateful that we're not going to be getting in on that very dark brown shade that represent some amount of vigorous plume of dust. So we'll take this rather than what's nearest to Africa. Taking a look at the wave forecast for tomorrow, both the Euro and the GFS are showing that we should have some purples, maybe some 1 meter wave heights across section of the eastern Caribbean. Some dark blues that represent maybe 1.5 meter wave heights across the eastern Caribbean waters right there to the west of the islands, of course. But we do see those lighter shades of blues across the central and western Caribbean that represent anywhere from 0 to 0.5 of a meter wave height, and we see that on both the Euro and the GFS models. And that's due to the fact that the winds, there's a lack of wind flow across the central and western Caribbean, including Jamaica. That's definitely going to make the place feel hotter than normal, while we have more in the way of wind flow where we have those greens. So definitely sections of the eastern Caribbean where we have more of a east-southeasterly kind of flow and more of an easterly flow across the Gulf of Mexico. Taking a look at the rainfall forecast, definitely some flood triggering rainfall still in the store for sections of Cuba, Hispaniola, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, sections of the Leeward and especially Windward Islands. So anywhere from Dominica southward, Martinique, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, definitely going to be getting in on some amount of flood triggering rainfall, all courtesy of that tropical wave. Some isolated showers could be experienced across sections of Suriname, French Guyana, and Guyana, even sections of Venezuela, Colombia as usual, Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua, sections of El Salvador, Guatemala, maybe some isolated rainfall for sections of Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula, but we do see we have some amount of rainfall in store for sections of the Cayman Islands, and maybe some isolated rainfall for sections of Florida. We do see also that we have some rainfall expected for the Bahamas as well. I know that when both maps from the Euro and the GFS models are showing the same thing like this, the chances of it actually happening are much higher. Alright, so that's it for today. Thanks.